You need to choose if you want to be the best team player, like in team game, or if you want to be a montage player. It's actually like that, you know? You're like literally the best Yasuo in the world that I've ever fucking seen. Like literally. Like mechanically, I think you're literally better than PC Zhang, right? But sometimes you have to make a decision. It's like, okay, do I want to be the best player, or do I want to be the best Yasuo / best streamer? You know? I think that you have a lot of bad habits from like solo queue, not because you're not just dumb at the game or anything like that. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's also a matter of like, you have a lot of habits that don't go away easy because you've played this way for a long time. For example, for you, like, what makes a good Yasuo player? Can you define what makes a good Yasuo player from your perspective?
Like, I always thought of mechanical plays and fast clicks.
Yeah.
I didn't think about like macro.
But for me, like macro aside, for me, what makes a really good Yasuo is like knowing limits, playing really aggressive, like baiting spells, using your dash, wind wall, like using your body, not just playing safe and like ulting, you know? You know what I mean? Like what you're really good at is like, even if it's 1v2, 1v3, you use your body, you make a lot of super plays, and you like bait a lot of their spells, and then when they go on you, you like win the fight, you know? For example. So that's what makes you a good Yasuo player. But sometimes like in a team game, the game is very different because they're all in comms, right? So they really want to win as well. So what happens is like they're going to respond and play really differently from what you're used to in solo queue. They're going to punish you a lot faster. For example, you know when you go side and die? In solo queue, 9 in 10 games, you won't die from that in Brazil. Understand? Why? Because like they're not in comms, they're not like, okay, this guy showed bot, let's run top. Lee Sin showed bot, let's run top. Let's kill courtesy. It's not like this, you know? In solo queue, they just play the fucking game. So what's happening right now is a couple things. One is like inside, you drop a lot of EXP. So did you notice you're a lot like underleveled a lot?
Yes, I don't know how to respond waves.
Yeah,
most of the time.
but the reason is like now you're too scared, and I'm taking away your strength. So now I need to teach you individually how you can kind of min-max the situation, you know? Understand? And the second is also like, okay, when you're behind in levels, the way you have to play is different because like in solo queue, you're always going to be like ahead and in levels, you know? So your champion is going to feel like so much stronger. Understand? Whereas like here, if you make one mistake, you just get blown up. You get one shot from like Zach, for example, because you're underleveled. So it's kind of like hand in hand. And then the other thing is like how we can make sure that you're not just like maximizing your farm in the game, but you're positioning correctly against certain comps. Like the way you have to play against Zach is really different from how you have to play against other champions. Like, do you notice versus Zach we lose more? Yeah.
I don't lose against Zach.
Yeah, because this champion is so fucking OP against melees. It's so fucking OP against melees. I just need to go into your replay, you know? And I want to teach you one-to-one. I will share my screen, okay?
Okay.
So we have a lot of like team issues. The thing is like, you need to choose what you want in the next 2 weeks. SeeEl Lau's coming up, right? You need to choose if you want to be the best team player, like in team game, or if you want to be a montage player. It's actually like that, you know? It's not because you're bad. You can do both, but it's 2 different games, you know? 5 people sitting in comms trying to punish you. So I'm gonna. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I'm seeing.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go. Wait, you're diamond?
In this season, I didn't rank up.
But you're always challenger, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The fact that if you can get challenger with mechanics only, that alone is like a really big merit towards you. You know? You understand? Do you also realize that this is the last game, right?
Right.
Do you realize that you don't build armor pen?
Yeah.
And that's like, bro, you're playing 4 AD comp, you know? Lux solo AP is great, but they're always gonna build armor. So if like Riven has Death Dance, for example, it's so hard to kill, you know? Okay, so let's go over this game. You might have to turn on your volume again, okay? You're playing Yas. In this game, what did we decide to do? We fast invade? Oh, we did the ward that I told you guys. You guys improve. It's like this. You see why this is good? This ward needs to be here, by the way. Because they can walk like this. But it's fine. Aquí. Here. So now we know they're like lane assignment, right? They're bard showed top. Bro, we know the bot is bot top. So now we make Jax 1v2, Karthus 1v2. So fucking good, no? This map is so good. And this matchup, I'm really happy at Yasuo's side, no? This is Yasuo favored.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go too much into detail because I think if I want to explain everything about your lane, it's gonna, like, when you learn a new skill, you'll get worse, you know? So if I teach you 100 things, you're going to get, like, much worse because you're thinking and you're reacting slower and you're moving slower. It's like, the only thing I want to say here is, okay, you need to know why you want to push. Because, like, for me, if I summarize courtesy, like, your weaknesses, right? Not your strengths. One is, like, you die to ganks. You agree? Like, why you die to ganks is, like, you don't think about enemy tempo. And you overplay limits. So, your condition is worse, so you're easier to kill. Understand? Like, you'll either have no flash or you'll be chunked. 2, you die in sight. And because you die in sight, you play too passive. And lose the XP. This is your 3 issues right now that we need to fix immediately. So, like, my immediate solution is I want Sam KZ and Nicklink to help you. Because for me, Nicklink is actually a lot smarter than you about the game when it comes to side lane. But I also want you to try and understand, right? So here, for example, okay, why do you push the wave?
I don't remember the motive. I just push him to zone him and try to get to and go bot.
Yeah, so
I just into the second one and only go bots in level 3.
So this push is actually good for 2 reasons. Normally in mid lane, the more you push, the better it is. For 2 reasons. Okay, the guy's gonna be under tower, right? He's gonna miss CS. That's one reason. But 2 is you get tempo. Because the wave is under enemy tower, you can use that time to ward, move, roam, like base, whatever you want, you know? With Yasuo, it's less powerful because you can't fight the guy under tower. For example, if you're playing Lux mid or Orianna mid or Syndra, when you build big wave, you can poke them under tower and take their condition. Yasuo can't really do that. So the main strength for pushing is it's still better to push than pull the wave in most cases because you're going to have time to move on the map or base or have item advantage, you know? And you're going to force talent to use like bad TP for lane, you know? Because you have exhaust. So this push is good. But now you have to ask, okay, you're also pushing, so you have space to play here. So you can split the map and Karthus has to 1v3, so he will always fall behind. Okay? But you need to think about how you want to push, you know? You want to push level 2 or level 3, bro? 3. So you want to stack 2 waves, right? So here, he's already zoned, you know? So just last hit this and hold your Q. Entendeu?
See? Yes.
So if you just last hit this, make 3 minions to 2, it will slow push. This wave will be here. And you'll stack 3 waves, you know? But now because you push so fast, 2 things happen. 1, you stack 2 waves and push too early. So you give talent to farm for free. It's much easier for him to farm. And 2, he loses less farm because there's less minions on the tower. The more minions on the tower, the harder it is to farm, right? So now you push 2. And even if you wanted to push 3 here, the wave would be here. So even if you let it slow push, it's so hard for you to stack 3 waves because you wouldn't be able to hit his minions. It would be here, right? So normally the trick with 3-wave crash is like, step 1, okay, let's talk about 3-wave crash. Level 3. Create minion advantage, level 1. Normally 1 CS is enough. So you auto the first wave 2 times and then sit. It's normally enough. Against talent, you maybe have to hit a bit more. Because his W can rake 6 minions. And fuck your push. Right? And then, wave 2, you don't touch. You just maintain CS lead. On the wave. So for example, if he has like 5 minions, you need to have 6, you know? If it's 2 waves and you have like 10 minions, he needs to have 8. And then wave 3, you hard push. This is how you do a 3-wave crash. Every single time you can do same. Yeah? So now, what would happen is 3-wave crash, you would be level 3. The wave would be under enemy tower now, 3 waves, and you would be here to die. Sabe? Entendeu? So this is the wave you would be able to move, but you would move earlier, you know? Because you'd have a big wave, your wave would push faster, and you'd have 2.5 waves like under tower, and you would be able to roam for free. So you could be here earlier. Well, actually, you'd be here similar time, but he'd have a bigger wave, so you'd lose less. So for example, I think you'd be here the same time, actually. Yeah, you'd be here the same time. But he would be killing 2 more waves, right? So the next wave he's trying to kill would take so much longer. So when you roam bot and you go back mid, you would not lose this wave. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you would catch this wave, or the wave would be here. You would dive bot. So now you base. Okay, great. This freeze is so bad. It does nothing for the game. This does not how Talon wants to play. Denies you 2 minions. Great. Now you just break the freeze for free. You win 1v1. Okay, so here's the common situation that happens. Your bot or top like is missing. So they like gank you, you know, but you don't know. So this is your team's fault. Your team needs to like call this, you know. I think we don't call this enough. You need to track, like Hanabi needs to track his enemy support more. Like he needs to say enemy Bard can be mid, you know. Enemy Zac can be mid.
Someone said that like Bard could be mid, so I think like I could kill Bard if I don't know if Zac is here. So I try to kill Bard and just get away with it.
Yeah, okay.
But
I think this is a flip, right? Because if Zac is here, you just die.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So I feel like then we need to have full info of what you're doing. So one for me is like some cases you need to find vision for you, but you also need to ward, you know, you have a trinket. So like here, for example, when you push, something you can do is you can like ward one side and play to that ward and hover. So it's harder for Zac to kill you. Okay? So here, I really like what you do in terms of the 1v2. I think they can never 1v2 you because you have exhaust. And you can always wind wall the second part of Talon W. So his full combo takes an extra auto attack. So you just out DPS him with lethal tempo, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is all great. But I think it's a flip.
Right.
So this wave, I would really like if you played here after Sam KZ is like here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like find Zac. Says, okay, Zac is not here, so he needs to be topside. So then you would play here, right? With Lee Sin. And also, normally, it's good to hover the side of your jungler, bro. So say like Lee Sin's here. If you're here, the difference between winning this 2v3 and winning this like 2v3 here is much less because you have to walk from here to here and Lee Sin's like further away, you know? Like if you play this situation 100 times, I think you'll win more if you hover to Lee Sin's side. It's just common sense. And I think there's a lot of angles you can 2v3 too. If you just like one-shot the Bard and Lee Sin plays really well. Okay, cool. I really like this base. Your laning is like actually fine. In most cases. It's good, if anything. I don't like how Hanabi takes your XP. For me, this makes no sense. Because we're not playing Drake anyway. For me, this is the trade map situation. So like, what we need to think here is actually this. Enemy bot is slow pushing. Enemy bot and jungle are first on Drake. We know that they have numbers on bot and we're off tempo, right? Enemy team is first on map. So we're already thinking about trading topside. So when Lux goes bot, we need to be thinking about Lux being dove, you know? If Lux can get dove after Drake, these 3 grubs are not worth it. But actually, the way we need to play here is even more complex. The way we need to play here if we want to play perfectly is you see here when like when Jax bases, not dies.
Mm-hmm.
When this wave crashes, Jax actually needs to like think about playing on bot next turn, understand?
Yes.
So for example, okay, we want to give Drake and fight grubs. Okay, then this wave, we might just need to base. Or Lux just needs to open top. So if Lux opens top, Jax presses B, walks bot. This is just a swap scenario. Jax plays 1v2 bot. Then we swap, you know? But this is like more complex and not about you. I feel like Lux is like maybe the easiest to dive out of your champions. So there's that. Okay, so here on this trade map, I don't like Hanabi being here. I think Lux can just get one shot.
I think in this dive of Lux bot, we...
Oh, he does get the... Okay, I didn't even see this, by the way.
He does get off, but we get on time. Hanabi gets caught, and I do like one with Talon, I guess.
No, this is the trap, okay, bro? You know how you feel like you're here on time? This is just inting, you know?
Yes.
Like, if you think about the map like this, like, in what world do you guys not die here, you know? This happens a lot to us, right? Where we try to cover the dive late. Like, if you want to cover the dive, you need to be here. And that's impossible because you'll drop mid-wave, right? So the correct play here is Daenerys needs to understand we're down tempo. They can trade on the map, and we need to open 2 lanes. I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's lecture. Did you watch by any chance when I did the live stream of the whiteboard? You didn't try?
I watched everything when I was playing, and after that, like after Lelis entered in the stream, I go to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. It's in the VODs. I can watch today.
Yeah. I think it's good for you to watch. So I'll show you what it is. Like what I did was here. I did a broadcast on in person. Like it was this. So what you can actually do is you can go here and see how I teach the map here, you know? Basically, the idea is like when you're down tempo, you want to play on 2 lanes. So here we're down tempo, so we need to know that we need to defend 1 turn. They can always trade. So here we're playing to trade the map, or we're playing to defend. If we're playing to defend, Lee Sin needs to open bot and defend Lux. If we're playing to trade, we need to play grubs. So Lux needs to open mid. We need to play mid as 4, take the grubs, and accept the trade, you know? We either need to dive the Riven as 4, or we need to retake bot side as 4. Make sense?
Yes.
That makes sense, right? So here, like, I think this is just like macro that you need to understand if you want to be a better player. Not a better Yasuo player, like a better player in general. So this retake that you're doing to cover is like fully reactionary. It's not, there's no process, there's no thinking behind it. Make sense? So the reason you guys die like this is just because of like bad team macro, not just necessarily you. Or you like even kill the guy. Like for me, this is just, you guys have better hands, you know?
Yes.
Like, you guys are just so much better than the other guys that you get away with it. That's literally it. Which for me is like really gross. I think the best play here is we just go grubs and dive top. We just accept that they will like farm bot plates. Who will kill plate faster, right? Jax, Yasuo, Lux, or Karthus Bard? You know? It'll always be you guys. Always. You'll always trade faster. So if we don't do this trade and Lux just opens mid and we dive top and kill Riven, we'll always get more plates, you know? Okay, so we'll stop here. But I think just think about that for next game, and then after, let's talk again, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All good, bro.